How did I scale my YouTube channel to 20,000 subscribers in 6 months? How did I monetize it in less than 30 days? In today's video, I'm gonna break down my YouTube journey. I'm now 7 months in, just over 23,000 subscribers. I'm gonna break down the journey. I'm gonna talk about how much money I've made, how I have gotten to this point, why I started it, and I'm gonna give you some of the tactics that I've used to scale and grow this quickly. So if you're new here, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jahraus, and I'm an Etsy shop owner of about 7 years. I've scaled my Etsy business to $1.5 million, and that's over $1 million in profit. My entire background is corporate e-commerce, so that's the world I come from, and that's kind of what's infused into all of my teachings. Now I teach Etsy sellers how to build multi-six-figure Etsy shops through my program, Multi-Six-Figure Etsy Blueprint. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk about YouTube and how I got to this point so quickly. Just to preface this, you guys, I am someone who's extremely aggressive when it comes to building businesses. I am relentless. I have no quit to, an extreme sense. So I had the privilege of actually sitting in a room with 20 other $1 million plus business owners this past weekend. And some of those businesses do over $10 million a year. And in this group, they actually referred to my husband and I as the rocket ship, because we shared with them what level we are at right now in our business and how quickly we have gotten here. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to really create that speed when growing a business or growing your YouTube channel. So I'm just going to share some real raw tactics that we have done to get to this point. So number one, the goal with our channel was not to monetize it. That was not the goal, but we were monetized within a month. That was because we gave away a lot of information that people were not willing to give away. There's a lot of Etsy gurus out there, and you listen to like a 20-minute video of theirs and you're listening to it, 20 minutes goes by and then you look around, you're like, what did I just listen to? It's really easy for people to talk. I could sit here and ramble on 20 minutes. What's hard is to be concise and succinct and communicate actual valuable tactical information. So it's really easy to talk about your expertise in very general terms, right? Where you kind of have your walls up. You don't want to share too much. Well, what I did was I actually shared a lot. And I shared so much to where people thought, wow, I can't believe she's giving away this information for free. But what it does is it makes people wonder, if she's giving this away, what else does she know? How else could this person help me if this is what they're giving away in their free YouTube content? So I share information on YouTube that most people wouldn't share for free. So that is one way that we grew very quickly and were able to be monetized. Another thing that we did was really focusing on things that help people save time and make money. It's easy to grow a following on YouTube and to get monetized and to really increase the amount of money you're making with AdSense by talking about ways to make money and talking about things in the financial world. People will pay more for ads on those types of channels. So that's something that's really helped us. We're not a homesteading channel. We're not talking about how to DIY, your own tie-dye t-shirts or something. We're not doing meal prep, meal planning. We're talking about how to make money. That really helps scale your following, but also like the ad revenue. So we're doing about $2,500 a month with ad revenue, and we're about 7 months old right now. The next way that we really scaled this business quickly is by being relentless and much more consistent than any of the competition. So I was hitting it hard with daily videos. So yes, I would film and then I would edit at night. My intention was to do this for about a month. I made it 3 weeks before sickness took over our house because I have kids, it happens, but I absolutely attacked it. I was obsessed with it. And on days when I didn't feel like doing it, I pushed harder. Giving up, failure was not an option. Consistency really wins every time, especially on something like YouTube or Etsy, okay? And if you can be more consistent than everyone else, than all of the competition, you will win. That is something that really helped us grow and scale. I also looked at what people liked and I did more of that. Sometimes the things I want to talk about, you guys wouldn't care about. Sometimes I like to talk more about the business mindset things. And the few times that I've done that, those videos didn't do as well. You guys want to know okay, what do I click when I'm on Pinterest? What do I type with the SEO? You want to know the tactical stuff that you can directly apply into your business. I've tried to do more of what you guys respond to versus what I like. And that's really a difference between having a creative artist mindset with your business versus a just business mind with your business. And it's about doing what the people want. Give the people what they want, not what you like to do. And same thing goes with Etsy shops. With my students, I preach the same thing, right? What does the best for you, what's going to make you the most money, and what's going to help you grow the fastest might not be the thing that you like. Same thing with YouTube. So right now I'm going to show you the behind the scenes analytics of what this really looked like when building this YouTube channel. I'm going to click and look at lifetime. So if you look at our views, our first video was in late July. Then we were slowly growing, pretty steady. Now, most people would have given given up the consistency factor by like October. Kept going. November, we start to get a little bigger. December, okay, we start taking off. Okay, January, boom. Everyone's starting the new year. We're talking about Etsy. People are excited. February, boom, 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 huge, tons of views. March, we're a little bit less than February, but still extremely healthy, still like 2 to 3 times what we were doing when we started. Watch time just gets bigger and bigger because now we have a volume of videos. Like I have as many videos on my Etsy YouTube channel in 6 months as some of the other Etsy YouTubers have in 3 years. So really that watch time that just starts building faster and faster with a compounding effect. So let's take a look at subscribers, okay? So right when we started, we were giving away a ton of free value, free content. Okay, that was August. We start to really get like sometimes 100 subscribers a day. Okay, now that's when I pulled back because I'll be honest, I thought, oh no, like people are gonna think I'm giving away all my secrets or something. When in reality, I'm just skimming the surface of like, it's just like the tip of the iceberg. Anyways, I pulled back a little bit and then I thought, you know what? Like, I'm not giving it away. Who cares what they think? They'll realize when they sign up for my program that I have way more than this. Then I started giving really through Q4 and then really taking off in the new year. I just kept being consistent and doing more of what was working. You can see our editor started in December. He's been doing such a great job with us through Q1 this year. And you can see our subscriber number just kept going up. So now our estimated revenue, this is fascinating. I haven't even looked at this, but we were monetized about a month in and we've been pretty consistent with the daily revenue just from AdSense. So $8,800, like this is not at all the reason we do YouTube. Trust me, like we would never spend this much time for $8,800. But just so you know, like the more we talk about ways to make money and the more we talk about that financial aspect of the business, the more ad revenue we make because the ads are different on those types of videos where you're teaching people how to make money. Our best videos, this is kind of interesting. The number one thing to sell, right? Ways to save time or make money. Number 2 video is the SEO video. A lot of people think this is all the SEO secrets for Etsy, but it's really titles, 10% of your SEO. The third thing is how to skyrocket your Etsy sales. You guys, this video wasn't doing well in the first 2 days. And then I changed the thumbnail and the title on like day 3, and then it took off. So don't give up if a video doesn't hit right away. Just make some adjustments and yeah, don't give up. The next most popular videos are some of my earlier videos. And it's interesting because, at the end, it's like you never quite know what videos are really going to take off. Sometimes a video will take off in like month 2. And the first month it was pretty steady, pretty average. And then all of a sudden month 2, a video takes off. Don't be afraid to repackage them with new titles or new thumbnails. I've done that to a lot of my old videos and it's worked quite well. Another thing that I did was I decided in the beginning not to care about what people thought and not to share this with family and friends, okay? I was so nervous to make my first videos. I had no idea what to do. I had never, filmed. Technology is intimidating to me, getting cameras and microphones and things, and I had no clue what I was doing. And I was worried about what other people's opinions would do to my confidence. Little backstory, I used to be a blogger, okay? I had a blog. It was very successful. I don't even know, millions and millions of hits on it. I think it's still open today if you want to like stalk me. I talked about relationships. I talked about fashion. I talked about sometimes fitness and just some funny kind of human interaction things, some like life hacks. There was kind of a humorous undertone. I was kind of unfiltered, funny opinions and things. This blog took off. It actually helped me get into the London College of Fashion. It actually helped get me my internship with Marie Claire in New York. After I met my now husband, his parents found my blog before I met them. And there was a lot of pre-judgment. They weren't a fan of the blog. They didn't like what I talked about. So basically they weren't a Dylan fan from the beginning before they met me. What that did was it made me feel really judged and nervous about what I put out. And just like with writing, just like with creating, filming, writing, making designs for Etsy, that takes a little bit of creativity. And if you feel judged for anything that you do creatively, it really stifles that. So with the blog, I really learned that I needed to protect anything I did in the future until I felt confident enough about it to where I wouldn't didn't care about other people's opinions. So with building YouTube, I didn't tell friends or family. I told my family not to watch it. I still don't share this channel with anyone I know. But when you are learning a new skill and when you are putting yourself into uncomfortable situations, it really helps build the confidence if you can do that where you don't feel like you're under a microscope of people whose opinions you might care about. I didn't even read the comments on YouTube. I didn't reply to comments for my first, month and a half, for better or worse. I was just doing my best and I knew I was going to keep improving, but I didn't want to hear people's opinions of my first attempt. I didn't need that. And so I ignored it. And that would be really helpful for you if you are starting a channel. Do not even pay attention. Put your blinders up. Another thing that I recommend is to get started when you feel like you're not ready. So I started filming my first probably 4 or 5 months of videos just on my iPhone. I got a $50 little microphone from Amazon. I propped it up on like 3 stacks of boxes on the table in front of me. I didn't have any video editing experience, but I did my best and I gave myself about 2 hours a night to edit each video. I had no idea what the thumbnail strategies would be. I didn't know anything about building a channel and SEO and things for YouTube specifically. So that was all self-taught and I jumped in before I learned it. So I learned while doing. And I highly recommend learning while doing in anything that you do, but especially building a YouTube channel. Don't try to learn it and then do it. You're just going to grow so much faster. Now that brings me to editing. So I edited my videos up until about, late November, almost December of last year. So from July to December, I think we got to, I don't even know, maybe over 10,000 subscribers. I would do it at night after my 1-year-old and 5-year-old went to bed, and I had no idea how to do it. I could cut out the spaces and the fluff and the ums and things, but adding in animation and things, that was not my forte. So at a certain point, I invested in an editor, okay? I'm sure you've seen the difference in my videos now, right? Like from my first video. If you haven't seen my first video, I should link it here. Maybe I'll link it here. Yeah, I'm gonna link it here. But take a look at the difference, right? Like what I put out, it wasn't perfect at all, right? It was awkward, it was weird, it was uncomfortable, probably cringy, right? Looking back, it's cringy for me, but I put it out there and I kept improving. And then when my time was completely maxed out, I brought someone on who was an expert, someone who could do this way better than me. Sure, I could have spent, 30, 40 hours a week trying to learn how to edit a video, but really that was not gonna be where the time should be spent. That would take away from the content I could create. So really, I brought on an incredible editor, right? Isn't he great? Leave a comment below if you like how these videos are edited. The next thing I did when building this YouTube channel is to really be consistent across platforms. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok a little less consistently, and then I also repurpose all of my things on YouTube for a podcast, okay? Being consistent across platforms, it really helps because sometimes people prefer one platform over the other. Sometimes people can't just watch your YouTube videos. Maybe they prefer podcast form. So I really integrated all of my different social channels with YouTube so it's all consistent. And that really helped because it created a community with the people who are watching on YouTube. I really recommend creating that connection with people who find you on YouTube. Create the connection off of YouTube and then you'll be top of mind. They'll be interested in what you have to say next. And you'll see it, when you premiere a video instead of just publishing it, when you premiere it, you have people waiting for it. And there's nothing better than knowing that someone is looking forward to learning from you and feeling like, yes, people really are finding your stuff helpful. So build a community off of YouTube and you'll grow so much faster on YouTube. The next thing I recommend doing with YouTube is being absolutely relentless about a goal. And you can start with small goals, but I'm kind of someone who I like to go big. I'm aggressive when it comes to building businesses. And my goal for this channel is to grow it to 200,000 subscribers. I'm putting it out there in the world and I highly recommend if you are going to start on YouTube, have your mind and your eyes set on a number, on some type of a goal, whether that's subscribers, whether that's the number of videos you put up, whether it's, the number of people or students that you're able to help from having that channel. Have a specific big goal in mind. The next thing I recommend doing is having someone to hold you accountable. So consistency, it's really easy to keep something up for like a month, right? You'll notice there are varying levels of consistency with YouTube channels. When you have other people holding you accountable, it's a lot easier to be consistent when you don't feel like it. I'm an extremely consistent person. Like I will run a mile with a broken foot because I want to run a mile every day. Consistency is the common thread in everything I do. And it's the whole reason I'm successful. Like in anything that I touch, that's the main reason for my success. I'm just more consistent than most people. So if you are going to go on YouTube and you're doing this for, the long game, I highly recommend having some accountability. So whether that be an editor who, they're editing your videos, every Monday or every every Wednesday or something, and you know you have to get them the content to edit. Or maybe, you have a spouse who is on board, like my husband, Wes, right? Like he is really creating the space for me to be able to make this content for you guys. So he is the one doing the kids' bath time. He'll be the one making the dinner. He'll say, why don't you go upstairs so you can have some quiet and make a video outline? If I'm burned out on video ideas, if I can't come up with something, he'll say, hey, I'm gonna come up with a video idea for you. This man, you guys, this man writes out video outlines for me. Even if it's something that I don't end up using, who does that, right? He will write an Etsy video topic outline for me. And he's not even like the Etsy guy, right? Like the Etsy shop isn't really his thing even, but he will come up with an Etsy video outline for me when he knows like I'm a little bit burned out or frazzled. Have someone in your life who knows what you're building, who's supportive of it, because when it comes to consistency, you need people in your life and accountability to support that consistency rather than work against the consistency, because it's easy enough to give yourself reasons not to do something. But if other people start to push you to not do something, it's really, really hard to keep up the consistency. And then the last thing that I would recommend if you are building a YouTube channel and you are wanting to do this really quickly is to remember that it's not about you, it's about them. So you want to be using your channel to help people. I always recommend going the route of helping people save time or make money. When I talk to people about starting new Etsy shops, that's a great way to go when building a new Etsy business, help people save time or make money. Same thing with YouTube. If you are providing value to someone, and not just pure entertainment value, but really value in terms of how are you going to save them time? How are you going to help them make money? How are you going to make their life better? That type of thing grows really quickly on YouTube, and it has to be legitimate value, not just stuff people can Google, but think about what your experience is, what you can actually provide to others, and do more of that. Even if it's not something that's necessarily super interesting to you or you feel like super passionate about it, if YouTube is part of your business and it's not just a passion project just for funsies, I highly recommend rethinking your approach here. Focus on serving them versus serving yourself. Now, if you're doing YouTube just for fun and kicks and giggles and, see what happens, forget about that. Post whatever you want. But if this is a business for you, and if you are wanting to grow faster than all of the YouTube competitors, if you even call them competitors, then I highly recommend giving the people what they want versus just doing what you feel like doing. Be more intentional about it and give value. Give. Keep giving, keep serving, because the more you give, then whenever you ask for something, they're going to be waiting. They're going to want it. There is something to be said for reciprocity. So this is just a little behind the scenes of what it really looks like when you're scaling a YouTube channel to this level this quickly. So if you are thinking of starting a YouTube channel, or if you are trying to grow your YouTube channel, I'd love to hear how it's going. Just leave a comment. If you have a channel, just put your channel name. I'd love to check it out, especially if you are a young channel and you are growing and pushing. I'd love to check out what you have. So leave a comment with your channel name. I wasn't sure if anyone would really care to hear about this, but if you actually want to hear any more about the YouTube journey, just leave a comment and say like more YouTube, please, or more videos on YouTube, because I have a lot more I could say about this. I actually have taken a course all about this that really also helped me get to this point. But if you want to know any more about the YouTube side of things, let me know. I'd be happy to share more on that. And if you like videos like this or any of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.